evening, ladies as well as gentlemen. My previous arena took a grand total of like less than 30 minutes, so why don't we just go ahead and do another one, shall we? How about we play with a good class? I don't think I ever want to play Warrior again. It's actually been a while since I've done Priest, so let's go ahead and do some Priests. We'll save my attempts for a 6-in-a-row Shaman 9-win victory for another time. Let's get some Priest action going on here. Alright, starting things off with a fine epic pick. The Sea Giant wins games. And then we have a garbage card. Oh boy, I think the least garbage of these is probably the Stormpike Commando, but it's a close call. I wish one of these two cards had been in the previous pack. Both are good. I'll take the Simple Enforcer. I think overall that one is more important to have in a deck. Oh god, Jesus Christ. Please excuse me while I go lie down and pound my head against the furnace. Yeah. This is 2 out of 4 packs here are just god-awful. I don't think any of these are playable, really. We'll take the Voodoo Doctor. The Battle Cry could sometimes be useful for a little bit of extra healing. Don't think this card is any good. It's card disadvantage, and trying to fish for the Inner Fire combo is just not a good time. I guess we'll take more healing. I really don't like the Dragon Thing mechanic very much. There's so many better 4-drops. Alright, here we go. Shadow Word Pain. Very important removal card to have. Take some card draw over the late game, because I already have a fair bit of expensive stuff. Holy Nova, very important over these 2 garbage beasts. Here we have a very tough call between Spellbreaker and Northshire Cleric. It is more important to have Silence, but I'm going to take Northshire Cleric, because this is just so backbreaking for your opponent to deal with if you get it out early in the game and they don't have the correct answer. And Priests do have 2 class-specific Silence cards, so I'm more likely than I'm more likely than usual to get Silence than any other class when I pass on a Spellbreaker. Okay, well, Shadow Madness is very good. You will often be able to kill 2 creatures with it. I think it works more often, more better than the Abomination does. Holy Smite is totally fine for removal. And Shadow Word Death, that's nice to have one of. I think between the Shadow Word Pain and the Holy Smite, I can kill small things just fine. Now let's make sure we can kill big things too. Ah, crap. I don't really want 2 of these. But I don't really want a Thought Steal. Alright, we're going to have 2 of them. Opponents will probably play 2 big things. We got 2 trash 7-mana generics, so we'll take the quality 5-mana guy right there. Argent Commander, let's see. Let's do a quick count. 1, 2, 3, 4 creatures of 5 or more. Yep, we'll take the Argent Commander. Oh god. What is going on in this draft? There's some pretty bad picks going around. Alright, we'll take the best 2-drop in the game there, quite happily. And this is a very good 4-drop, filling in the hole in my curve. Shadow Word Pain. Okay, so Silence is worth considering. I would totally take it, but not over Shadow Word Pain, because that just kills so much. Mind Games is very YOLO-y. I mean, it could just win you the game, or it could be total trash. Shadow Form can also win games, but sometimes you'll regret not having the healing. Although I actually have a lot of healing here. I have a Voodoo Doctor, I have the Earthen Ring Farseer, I have the Dark Scale Healer. Yeah, we'll take Shadow Form. I think it's a bit more consistent than Mind Game. Alright, Shadow Word Pain. I will pretty much take those all day. There are just so many creatures that need to be pained. Now, Death, I've already got 2 of these. Don't want any more, so Mind Control is the pick there for sure. This guy fills a hole in my curve, and he's very, very good. Oh, wow, what a choice. Shadow Word Pain number 4 or another Mind Control. I think your opponent will definitely play at least 4 things that are 3 or less attack. And this is assuming you draw all of them, which you're probably not going to. Mind Control is very, very good, but it is a slow card, and if you have them clogging up your hand, it can be a problem. Then again, if a game goes long, having more than one is nice. We'll take the Mind Control there, but that was a very tough choice. Alright, let's do a quick count here. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards I want to play for 5 mana or more. That's a lot. So we'll grab this guy instead, try to lower things down a little bit. I wish this were a Silence. Yeah, that would be really good. Instead we have to take the mediocre mechanic. And, ugh, this is awful. I don't like this Panther. We'll take the Archer. Oh, Jesus Christ. I guess we'll take the Argent Squire. I still don't like that Panther. What is going on with this draft, and where are all the good cards? Oh, my God. Wow. Well, I guess it's just coming in fits and spurts. I've had some really good luck I had really good luck in my Hunter arena. Granted, I only made it to 6 wins, which was less good luck than I had in the Paladin arena. I had some really good luck there. We made it to 9. Then the warrior happened, and yeah, this priest deck is just, I'm just going to tell you right now, this is an awful, awful deck. So we're going to get to see how Papa Boris can do making the most of dregs, because there is some bona fide grade A, 81% lean shiatsicles in my deck right now. Alright, up against a rogue, Vic 20. Oh boy. I'll keep the Holy Nova, because rogues might want to use it. I'm just going to mulligan those creatures because I don't really like them. This is not good. I can't play Voodoo Doctor early against rogues because it just gets daggered. Shadow Word Death is the wrong Shadow Word. So if my opponent, who is, by the way, second, can coin out a good rogue play on turn 1, I'm just going to probably lose the game. Alright, here's the coin, and... Fairy Dragon. Well, that's kind of interesting. I can't actually target this with my heal, even if I were to put Shadow Form on. The Voodoo Doctor would trade with it, but it would die to the dagger. Oh, there's nothing I can do here. I just have to pass the turn, let this thing smack me, and then play Earthen Ring Farseer and hope for the privilege of trading my 3-drop for his 2-drop. This is where we are right now. Oh god. Now, another option would be to just heal, and then see if my opponent will overextend against Holy Nova. I mean, he's only doing 4 damage to me per turn, I heal 2 of it, so yeah, maybe I'll just do that. Don't want to play Shadow Form yet, that would be a bit greedy. Let's just wait a little bit on that, and see what I can get with Holy Nova. Now there's plenty of stuff at 3 mana and 4 mana that doesn't die to Holy Nova, so I could be in some serious trouble. But if he plays another creature, I might actually be able to Shadow Madness it. Okay, well we're just gonna, if he's not doing much, I'm not gonna do much either, we'll just pass the turn. Wait to see what he does. Most things he does, I could actually Shadow Madness and whack. A Chillwind Yeti would just actually be the worst thing in the world right now, because it doesn't die to Holy Nova, can't be Shadow Madness, can't be Shadow Word Death. Oh, this is just getting to be a disaster. That was a really good follow-up play from my opponent. Shit. I can't steal either of these creatures. I think I have to play Shadow Word. Oh, I can't do that, because that can't be targeted. Oh my god, I have to play Holy Nova. There's just no choice. I have to play Holy Nova. Alright, this game is off to a sterling start. So I lost 0-3 with the Warrior, first time in over 50 arenas, and yeah, now we are looking to start things off with a shitty deck and a shitty game against a Rogue. Let's see how this goes, though. It's not over yet. My opponent could still play something that I can Shadow Madness, and because this guy has been weakened, I might be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. Let's imagine he plays like a... Well, actually, there's not a whole lot he could really play. But like, let's say he plays a Fen Creeper, I could really damage it and kill the Dwarf and, you know, hang in there. Hang in there, Trooper. Hang in there. I do have some healing in my back pocket, which is nice. I can throw that out when need be. Oh my god. That Fairy Dragon being untargetable was so good. I can't even believe it. Alright, well, this Rogue didn't have anything good that turn, which is nice, so I think we'll just keep it simple here. I'll just keep it simple. I'll just put this stuff down. Both halves of it can trade against the Dwarf, and I will heal myself. Slow the bleeding. Shadow Form will probably not be usable this game, or at least not anytime soon. Maybe in the end as a finisher. But against a Rogue, plinking me every turn and having the upper hand, I don't want to lose the ability to heal myself with my ability. Even though the Shadow Form is, you know, quote-unquote more powerful in the abstract. Alright, Shiv. Draw the card. That's fine. It's a third of his mana gone. I'm still threatening to trade. Eviscerate. Okay. Okay. And he's not even going to play anything that I can Shadow Madness, is he? Shadow Word Death doesn't work. Oh, God. Oh, God, these games today. Please just play like a random 2 creature. Come on. Shadow Madness, that's a rare. Don't play around Shadow Madness. No! Oh, God, this is terrible. I'm really getting down on life here. Let's play this guy. Heal up a bit. Let's play this guy. Heal up a bit. Let's heal up some more. Why not? Pass the turn. So he's probably gonna dagger the Doctor. that saves me a point of damage. He's probably going to swing past the Farseer. And hopefully he's going to play another creature that I can steal with Shadow Madness and then use it to kill the dwarf. Hopefully. Or at the very least have the decency to play something that dies to Shadow Word Death. Maybe like a nice Lord of the Arena. Just spend all your mana playing a nice Lord of the Arena. Maybe like a Core Hound or a War Golem. Just go and then it'll die to Shadow Word Death. The worst thing would be if you played like a Sunwalker. Oh god, that would be terrible. If you played a Sunwalker, it's a 4/5, so I can't Madness it. I also can't Death it. I don't know what it is about priests and like not having OA to deal with 4 attacking creatures. I don't know who came up with that rule. Fan of Knives! Ah, lame. Although he really should have done that first before attacking, because you always want to draw cards first. Oh, fuck my life. Are you serious? God, well, at least that's Shadow Madnessable. Okay, I get to kill both of his creatures and hang on in there. I do heal faster than the rogue can damage me with his daggers. Would you end your turn? Thank you. Alright, let's go ahead and play Shadow Madness. Yoink. Yoink. As important as it is to heal, I think it's even more important to put that on the board, because this makes it hard for him to play stuff. Rogues don't have any class-specific upper-end cards. The Ravenholt Assassin is a generic. He's very rogue-like, but as far as rogues go, they're class-specific cards. It doesn't quite happen. Well, that was actually about as good as it could get. Oh, nope, never mind, it got bad again. He concealed his shit. You've got to be kidding me. Well, if I had Mass Dispel in my deck, I could get around this, but I don't. So there's really nothing for me to do here other than heal myself and pray, because he's got 7 damage, 8. He just needs a little bit more damage, and I'm gonna be fucked. I forgot to play around Betrayal. I should have put the Argent Squire in the middle. Shadow Word Death will kill this because of the wolf buff, but the Conceal was awfully good there, drawing him a card and stopping me from killing his stuff. So he can deal 7, 8 damage, and he's got 9 mana and 7 more cards with which to deal 9 more damage. And that will be, assuming this is Vic's first game in the arena, a nice inaugural win for our friend the Rogue against Papa Boris, who is on an 0-4 streak. Woo! Oh man, that Conceal was incredibly good. No! Argent Commander! Jesus Christ. I told you, that's always the card. That card, more than any other card, is like whenever it drops, it's like, no! And then, yeah. Oh, don't kill this. Don't kill this. You don't want to kill this. Are you going to Betrayal to pop my Divine Shields? That would be good. That would actually be a really good play to pop the Divine Shields. It would really... Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Well, I'm dead. I don't have any taunts. There's nothing I can do about that. I can't heal enough damage. Alright, that is a game. I gotta give props to that rogue. I never take Conceal when I draft. It just seems way too gimmicky, but fuck me up the ass, sideways, with a barbed mace, if those Conceals weren't damn good for that rogue. Maybe that is what will take me over the top with rogues, is if I start taking a Conceal or two. Because those 2 cards single-handedly won him the game. I mean, if it weren't for Conceal, on my turn I had Shadow Word Death for the Gadsden Auctioneer, then Holy Smite for the Wolf, and I would have been totally fine. That little 1-mana card just totally won it for him. Oh my god. I can't believe it. I want to go in a corner and cry. Alright, we're gonna keep it together here. We're gonna keep it together. Valus up against the Paladin here. Right, well, we're starting with our quality 2-drop here. I can actually play the 1-drop against Paladins. Shadow Form can go fuck itself and die, and this card sucks. Let's just throw it back. Alright. Well, this is actually nice against Paladins, because Paladins do have those minions flitting around. So, it's not super unlikely that there would be stuff on the board making this cheaper. That's a little bit of a... That's a weird bug, putting the Dragonlane mechanic right there. Interesting. Okay, well, my opponent's dropping this weapon. I don't like it. It just deals a lot of damage. It's like barely... It deals not much damage. It's barely better than the rogues. But I'm not going to play the Voodoo Doctor. There's no reason to just give it up to the weapon like that. So we'll wait for the Amani Berserker on my next turn. Fairy Dragon. Okay. Well, that trades with the Berserker. So we're breaking even, I'd say. Next turn with nothing to do at 3 mana, I might just coin out Ascension so that I can play this on turn 4 and have them both on the board. Man, that was a hell of a game against that rogue. Good learning experience, though. Really, this is why I'm going on a little tangent here. This is actually why I really don't like card rankings. It's like one of the most popular things that people do is, you know, a really good player will like post his rankings for the cards, like this card is top tier, this card is second tier. And then new people who are bad at the arena will like ask for card rankings. If you're trying to get better at the arena, like one of the first pieces of advice I would give you is don't use card rankings. I think that is a terrible way to try to get better because, like, if you don't understand that Argent Commander is a good card, like if the only reason you draft this is because there was a ranking and this was high there, then like you have a problem that like that ranking isn't going to solve. Like you need to get, you know, you need to play more, watch more people play, get more experience with the game, and actually understand. The point isn't like drafting this because someone told you it was good. The point is drafting it because you understand why it's good. And like the ranking, like what are you gonna do? Are you gonna memorize like all whatever 300 cards in the game and how good they are? It's not very helpful. What you gotta do is you gotta, you know, play, and you also have to watch good people play. That's not me today, but you know, other days. And you know, that way you'll learn why cards are good. Like you saw in that last game why Conceal is a good card. If you just I'm gonna kill that thing. If you just you know, had someone tell you that it was a good card, it really wouldn't do much for you. You really kind of have to see it to believe it, as it were. Alright, well, I'll drop the Voodoo Doctor, because in theory I do have this guy protecting me, and having an extra creature on the board is nice to try to get the Sea Giant out. My opponent could, of course, have like crazy combos like Blessing of Kings, Divine Shield, and then make the Acolyte of Pain into an abomination, but I couldn't kill both of his creatures last turn, so I killed the 1/1. Alright, he's got the Gadsden Auctioneer, and the Blessing of Might. Oh my god, I really wish I had healed that Senjin. That is not a card I played around, and it's going to cost me because now they trade, he draws another card, and this final tick of the weapon can kill my Voodoo Doctor, which means that the Sea Giant is not playable. Oh god, that's sad. Well, we're going to have to change plans ever so slightly then, and play the Argent Commander. Nope, that guy's no good. This is totally fine. Boink. Swing. So I'd say I'm doing alright. He's got, what, 6 cards, and I've got 7, so even after he got 2 cards there from the Gadsden Auctioneer and the Acolyte of Pain, I'm still doing fine. Sunwalker, very strong card. It can kill both of my creatures and live, to tell about it. Shadow Word Pain doesn't touch it, of course. I could play this. I think that's best. We'll pass the turn. So he's probably going to use the Sunwalker to pop the Divine Shield. Or excuse me, he's going to pop the Sunwalker's Divine Shield to kill my Argent Commander. Then I can kill it with my Sea Giant and live to tell about it. A problem would be if he had a Humility effect, either from the card Humility or from the Elder Peacekeeper, making this a 1/8. But I do have a Silence in here, I think, or did I? Oh, I passed on a Silence. Oh god, I think I passed on Silence, and then I hoped I would see another one later. I think I actually passed on Silence to take Shadow Word Pain, if I'm not mistaken, or was it Shadow Word Death? Well, anyway, that was a silly decision in either case. He's going to keep the Divine Shield on his creature. A little bit of a risky play. I mean, that's not that risky of a play. It's a, you know, play trying to get the most out of his stuff. Unluckily for him, I do have this Trash Heap Rifleman built for popping Divine Shields. Let's smack-a-doodle-doo here. And this is where being the Priest is really good. I'm going to actually play this guy for all my mana and heal this guy up to where True Silver Champion cannot kill it. Alright, well now I would say I'm doing pretty well. I have removal for, you know, small creatures he might play. Big creatures, I'd have to use the Sea Giant to kill. Kind of in a Paladin-like fashion. That's the Paladin's removal, is other big creatures. Alright, Flesh Eating Ghoul. Alright, this is a nice combo. Secret. Secrets. Well, actually this seems pretty easy here. So what we're going to do is Shadow Word Pain on the Ghoul before it gets buffed to the point where Shadow Word Pay no longer works. Then I'm gonna do a mind game. Oh, whoa! I thought I was dealing with a noble sacrifice. 'Twas not the case. I see. Well, that's actually fine by me. So we're going to do this and this. Let's heal my giant. Let's heal my Dark Scale Hitter. I'm putting them above 2 health so that they don't die to Consecration. And play the Argent Squire. The priest healing ability, I've mentioned this before, but it is insanely good. The ability to heal your creatures allows you to trade and then heal back up, and that is an amazing source of board presence. So the priest's ability is very different from the warrior's ability. Now, I think some people have a tendency to maybe categorize priests and warriors as kind of having the similar abilities. I don't do that. I think the priest is actually very different. I categorize the warrior in the same class as the hunter, actually, because the warrior gives 2 life to himself, and then the hunter takes away 2 life from his opponent. So those abilities I think should be classed together because neither one impacts the board. And to me that's the most useful way of classifying things, is does it impact the board or does it not? Okay, well anyway, let's fuck this Dragon mechanic. We're just gonna heal this to let it kill the Spellbreaker and live. And then we're gonna use the giant to beat face. This giant was like the saving grace of my arena. It was the first card. It was a great card, and then everything else was just trash from there. Look what I'm playing with this stuff, this guy, this thing. All right. Anyway, this game I'm gonna win because my opponent's just out of cards and out of time. Blessing of Kings. That's really cute. It's a good move. You know, he's going the put a bunch of stuff on the board and hope your opponent forgets not to win way of playing. But I am not going to forget that I have like 16, 17 damage on the field here. I'm not going to say well played just yet. I think that may be a little bit douchey. Douchey-tacular. But now that we have reached this point, let us say well played and end the game. Valus the Paladin. Alright, now I felt really silly in my last arena making like a separate video and then like, you know, having a 9-minute video where I just lose. I should have just had it all be one. But let's just optimistically assume that with this trash heap deck, we don't do quite as badly as we did with the warrior. So, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, do please like and or subscribe. And the rest of the games are going to be coming up shortly. We shall see you then.